Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's ready to have a terrific week. I'm ready to jump into the rest of my testimony, but I want to know your comments, your thoughts. So just drop them down below and enjoy the rest of this.
He wants my money. And I told him I don't have any money. I shook out my pockets. I showed him I don't have it. I had a dollar. Actually, I had a dollar in my pocket. Showed it to him, and I guess he didn't believe that I didn't have anything. And that goes to show that even when I pulled out my pockets and showed him I didn't have anything, he did not believe me. But it was the gentleman that I had fired a couple weeks before, so he was really coming back in retaliation of him being fired. Not so much wanting money, but just retaliation. Which made no sense to me at all. But he tried to put up a fight, and I guess he saw that I wasn't backing down. So then he pulls out a gun. Did not want to use it. Did not show any signs of using it. But he started hitting me in the head with the butt of the gun. So and he just was boom, 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 boom all over. And then he, as I'm bleeding, and then now I'm just trying to defend myself because he's hitting me in the head with the butt of the gun. So then he tries to put me into the car, seeing that I'm kind of weak, and he's hitting me with the gun. I don't think I was unconscious, but I knew I was kind of, I was hurt, and I was feeling kind of dazed and confused. So he opened the door to put me in the car, and he couldn't get me in the car. Well, he got me in the car. I'm sorry, he couldn't close the door because I had my leg out, and he was getting frustrated because he kept trying to close the door, and I had my leg out, so he couldn't close the door because I knew if he closed that door, he was going to get in the car and pull off with me. So now he's kidnapping me at this point. So with my leg being out, and he can't close the door, he pulls the gun out, puts it right up against my leg, my left leg, and shoots me. And at this point, I didn't know what was. I know I got shot, but I didn't know how severity of the case was. So it did hit my muscle, it hit my bone, not fractured, but scattered. It shattered the bone, so the bone is broken in half. So at this point, I can't extend my leg anymore. So he's able to close the door. He gets in the car, pulls off. And in Maryland, it was black dark. It was cold that night. I want to say it was May, but like I said, it was about probably 9:30, 10 o'clock at this point. And driving on the side of the road, and like I say, I'm kind of conscious, but I'm not conscious. Kind of confused, but I kind of still know what's going on a little bit. And at this point, he stops on the side of the road, throws me out. Now this I don't remember. Well, I remember getting tossed out of the car, but not how far off the road I got tossed. So then he leaves me face up. So you got to remember, I was beat with the butt of a gun. So I'm bleeding out of my mouth. I'm bleeding out of my head. Um, and then I'm shot as well. So I'm bleeding from my leg. And lo and behold, an off-duty police officer, undercover off-duty police officer, pulls over and saves my life. Because honestly, without him, I would have been there and died. I would have just ended up suffocating on strangling from my blood going up and down, up and down. And so, excuse me. At this point, the officer calls the paramedics, and I'm guessing where I was at, it was faster to get the MetLife, the helicopter out to get me helicoptered to the hospital. They didn't know what because I was bleeding severely, like all over, but mainly from, like I said, my head and my leg. So they didn't. They ended up having to cut my clothes off because they didn't know where all the blood was coming from. So get rushed to the hospital, and I do remember going to the hospital. Um, I remember seeing the lights as they're pushing me, the lights, the lights, the lights, and then next thing you know, I'm in ICU. I was in ICU. I want to say about a week, a week in ICU. They did do a surgery on my leg. They ended up having to put a rod and two screws in my left femur because, like I said, my bone was shattered, and I was unable to walk. I was unable to talk. I was unable to eat. It was just so much going on at this point. I want to say after about the third day, that's kind of like when I woke up and knew what was going on. And when I did wake up, my mom, my sister, my brother were there. They were. When I woke up, I was kind of confused. But when I see them,
Well, that's part two of my testimony. Again, if anybody has any comments or if you do want to share your testimony, drop it down below. Remember, at all times, I love you. Be blessed, stay blessed, complain less. Make sure you stop every negative thought while you smile.